Hello friends, today we'll start with a new topic, that is design of beams. Now basically first let us start with definition of beam. So how do you define a beam? So beam is a structural element where length is length is considerably more than cross section properties, cross section dimensions. Say its cross section of a member is like this and its length is this much. So this element geometrically it may be defined as beam. Now for a beam, supports are lateral. So we may provide supports like this. Two supports for a beam. Next, loading on the beam is in the lateral direction. So this is the lateral dimension. So loading is transverse to the longitudinal direction. This is the longitudinal direction and transverse means perpendicular. So loading is perpendicular to the longitudinal dimension. So this is the basic definition of a beam. So today we will be studying about design of beams, steel beams. Commonly we use I sections, box or built up sections. So built up sections usually we go for heavier sections. So these are the different type of sections used for beams. Now let us look at different types of beams. Say I have a simple beam with two supports. Say first support is hinged, second is roller. So this type of support is known as simply supported beams. So this is a simply supported. Here one end it can undergo rotation, this end it can undergo rotation as well as translation. Now let us consider second type. One end is fixed, other end is free. So these are called as fixed beams. Here this free end is free to rotate as well as translate. This end is fixed. It cannot rotate or deflect. Next type of beam can be a fixed beam. A beam like this which is loaded in the transverse direction to the longitudinal. So this is called as fixed beam. Both the ends are fixed. In steel structures, beams are encountered in different applications and accordingly they may be called as girders. Usually we use girders for bridges or for heavy industrial structures. Then even purlins. Purlins are also type of beams. So purlins we use in steel roofing structures to support the sheets. Even joist, J-O-I-S-T, joist, stringers, girt, these are the different types of beams. Now let us study the analysis or behavior of beams. Now let us see the behavior of the beams. Say let us consider a simply supported beam. Suppose this is a beam. This beam is simply supported. Here this beam it has tendency to bend like this. So top will be in compression, bottom will be in tension. So for this section, half of the portion, say let us assume top portion is in compression and bottom portion it's in tension. So this portion is in compression, bottom is in tension. Now let us try to look a three-dimensional view. Say this is one I section. Let me draw a 3D view of it. Say this is the center portion, web portion. So this portion is visible. Say this is an I section. Here, when this beam bends, this top portion, this top flange, it will go into compression, and this bottom flange, it will go into tension. The top portion, the top flange, which is under compression, it tries to buckle. Top flange tries to buckle, but the bottom flange, which is in tension, it does not buckle. Bottom flange, no buckling. The top tries to buckle, bottom does not buckle, but this top and bottom flanges, they are joined by this web. This is an integrated, means a common integrated section. Behavior of top is different from behavior of the bottom. Hence, what this section tries to do is, it tries to buckle laterally. Buckle means bend laterally, or it is also called as torsion. A torsion is introduced here because of the difference in behavior between top and bottom flange. Hence, we have the cases of lateral buckling in case of beams. Now, based on behavior, two classifications are made. Based on lateral support, two classifications are made. First is laterally supported beams. Second is laterally unsupported beams. So what do you mean by laterally supported? Laterally supported, when the compression flanges are laterally supported, compression flange is laterally supported and prevented from buckling. This type of beam is called as laterally supported beam. Let us take a classical example. Say this is one I section. And we are casting slab over it like this. The top flange is merged in the slab. Hence, this top is prevented from buckling. So this type of slab or this type of beam is called as laterally supported. Also, many a times we provide shear connectors. Suppose this is an I section. And we are placing the slab over it. The flange is not merged in the slab. So what can be done is, we may provide some connectors like this. So these are called as shear connectors. Even these prevent lateral buckling. Next type of beam is laterally unsupported. When the top flanges are not laterally supported, it is called as laterally unsupported beam. So usually along with buckling and bending, it also undergoes buckling and bending along with shear. Hence, its load carrying capacity is reduced because lateral buckling is introduced in laterally unsupported beams. Hence, its load carrying capacity is greatly reduced.